course, you can't have a show without all these wonderful people, but particularly the gentleman who waves his stick. But no, there was no stick tonight. So, Thor Wedow. You've never done one of these before, have you?
I never have done this. This is fantastic.
They're usually quite nice to you. So, Gary Thor, is it Wedow?
Wedow.
Wedow.
They used to, in high school, they used to call me Way to Go. and not always for good reasons. Way to go.
And where did the Thor come from?
My mother is Swedish, and so she gave me Thor. So, yes, it's her family's name. And
that sounds so Wagnerian.
It's a very Wagnerian name, and Wedow is an East German name, and there's a cellist in the Berlin Philharmonic, Eric Wedow, and yes.
But you don't seem too Wagnerian.
No, I'm not Wagnerian. My heart is Italian.
And your heart seems to be a little earlier than Mr. Wagner.
Yes, I love early music. I love looking at music from the early side, and I love looking at Mozart from that, when Mozart wrote Marriage of Figaro, Handel had only been dead a few years. So it's really extraordinarily modern music when you think about what was going on just a few years before, and that's what I love about it. It's like conducting Schoenberg or Warren, or it's really cutting edge.
Surely not.
No. Psychological.
So it's all in perspective, I guess. So, and now this is not your first time in Pittsburgh. Tell us about your previous trips.
Right, I've gone historically. My first trip here was to conduct the young artists for Coronation of Pompeo.
Which was at the Bayern Theatre. I don't remember seeing that. That was probably about 2000.
Yes.
10 years ago, right?
And another beautiful theater. You have these wonderful buildings and wonderful theaters in Pittsburgh. And then I was here, I think, 3 years ago to conduct Xerxes, and which is another generation along, and now I've moved on another generation, and I'm conducting.
You'll be doing Wagner next?
I guess so.
You sort of obviously love Mozart and the early pieces, but I mean, is there a particular opera that you adore more than anything else?
No, do you know that song, Love, the one you're with? The opera, ironically, I've conducted more than any, is Carmen. So I've got, yes, good. I've got like 40-some Carmens in my past. So I love it all. I've done a lot of contemporary music. And I think you learn from every opera. You learn the workings. So.
And so you don't use a stick. So is there a reason behind that?
I believe you can be much, especially in the opera house. People may disagree, but I believe you can be much more flexible. You can get somebody over there, you can get somebody over there. and because in the opera house, they say that's the only place the conductor is actually useful. I like my hands free, so I can kind of go in a kind of Harry Potter. Any direction, anywhere the need is. So, I also feel you can be more expressive. So, and I don't think you really need a stick to beat orchestral players. I think they want to play very beautifully for you.
And so how's your experience been? Because this is the first time you've conducted this orchestra. The others have been a mixture of other players.
Right, it was Chatham Baroque for one project, and I think Carnegie Mellon. And it's been great because, I ask the music's very difficult to play. If you're a second violinist, you have to go almost all night. And if you're not going you're going so it is incredibly difficult music to play, and there's a lot of it. And you get to the end of every act, and then you have a 20-minute finale. So you're already tired kind of then. And so, but I asked the orchestra not only to play beautifully, but to play in a particular way. I like them. I don't like this kind of pretty Mozart, you know, where everything's pretty and everything's vibrated intensely and kind of Mantovani Mozart. I like it kind of raw and more pungent, and so I asked them to play in different ways than they're used to playing.
And you asked particularly for them not to do something.
Yes, well, I asked them to, I don't want to get too technical, but I asked them to play in very low positions with lots of open strings. So it has a kind of resonant, reverberant way, and I asked them to minimalize their vibrato.
What does that mean? How do you make vibrato on a string instrument?
Well, you make vibrato by rocking your wrist or your finger back and forth on the string. So the pitch fluctuates. And singers have vibrato expressively, but just like...
Some more than others.
Some more than others. But just like, you know, a good jazz singer, you hear a good jazz singer that will and add. I'm not a good jazz singer. So the idea that vibrato can kind of be on a rheostat, and for more plangent moments or starker moments, you can take the vibrato away, you can take the sugar coating away, and hear the raw string sound. Or for the more dolce moments with the Countess and Susanna, you can add the vibrato so it makes it warmer and more tender and more sweet.
Well, thank you very much.